La Bacanería Show, de lunes a viernes.
Señoras y señores, estamos aquí listos para conversar un poquito con el artista que, gracias a Castellanos por hacer la conexión, lo tenemos el día de hoy acá en vivo en Conexión Latina en la Bacanería Show, y quiero darle la bienvenida. Welcome, Mr. Kevin Little.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
No, thank you for coming here. By the way, you came nice and earlier than the DJ. Kidding. He's always late, so I bother him now. Now it's a thing to bother him. Even if he come early or late, I always bother him. Right. But thank you, because I know you coming from far away, like 2 hours away, right?
Yeah, I was in Brooklyn in the house.
Ay. We make you wake up a little early today. I know you've been busy, doing a lot of performance, but we want to thank you for being here today. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are excited that you're here. We posted and a lot of people was like, oh, wow, that's cool. He's a legend, that song. I have some people next door that wants to take pictures with you. I hope you have some time today, because we're going to... I don't want to say that, but we're going to
have fun.
Squish you today. Like, pictures and,
As long as this lady's squishing me, I don't have a problem with that.
Oh, yeah, a lot of ladies.
All the Latina mommies could come squish me all the time.
Ooh, you hear that, Castellanos? We have a lot of Latinas ladies next door.
Okay.
There's a law firm, so it's only ladies.
All right, yeah.
So that's good. No, but once again, thank you for being here. I know you travel a lot, you're very busy, but you took the time to come here with us.
Yes. Castellanos reached out to me, and I was like, because I usually reply on my social media and everywhere once it's business. I try to talk to people as much as possible and keep myself in connection. You know what I'm saying? Keep it humble and connected with the world. So, yeah, it was really easy. I'm really happy to be here, and you guys seem like a very nice connection to have.
We seem very nice. You know what? One thing that I admire, and that we spoke with Castellanos, was like, you were very humble. You answered. He was like, listen, he answered me.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah, I know. This entertainment world is a very hyped world, and then you still also have to protect yourself, because you get some crazies who have all kind of crazy things to try and say or do to you on these platforms that make you so accessible. So you can't blame some of us sometimes for not wanting to use them in that way to make communication easy, But
thank you for taking the time and for being, so humble, because it's very nice when you get to know people and when you get the opportunity to talk to an artist that they answer, you feel it special to you, like, oh my God, he answered me, because you're not expecting that. That makes it even better,
Yeah, I love doing that, That's why I am like that, because that has always worked for me throughout the years, being friendly, being reachable. And, people have gravitated to me in that way and always been supporting me because I'm that way,
That's nice. Yeah. And Castellanos, thank you for taking the time to do your job and to contact Mr. Kevin here. And, thanks to you, we have him here,
Castellanos, time to ask for a raise. The boss is complimenting you.
No.
Hey, 20% raise?
Don't help too much. We can't hear you. I think your mic is off.
Nah, we got the same name, Kevin,
yeah.
Yeah, your name is Kevin too?
Yeah, my middle name is Kevin.
Oh, wow. Yeah, but that is actually my middle name as well.
Oh.
Yeah, my first name is actually LaScott.
LaScott.
Yeah, she was like, what?
What?
She said it in her mind. She was like,
LaScott Kevin?
Yeah, LaScott Kevin Little.
I like it.
Yeah.
Different. But you decide to stay with, everybody knows you by Kevin.
Yeah, everybody knows me by Kevin because it was easier and nicer to say on stage. We're going to be like, LaScott Little.
LaScott Little.
Kevin Little is more.
Kevin Little,
Kevin
that
means king.
But Kevin sounds like trouble too. Kevin Little. It sounds like you trouble.
Why Kevin's a trouble?
I don't know. Sometimes in the movies you see the Kevin is the one.
Home Alone?
Yeah, like Home Alone.
Well, I'm an only child, so I was always home alone.
Oh.
I'm not. I was an only child for 10 years, but you are right. Kevin's our trouble.
Kevin's our trouble. Yeah.
Very miserable, playful.
Something like that. Kevin Little, I appreciate you taking the time, being here with us. Conexión Latina Radio right here, one of the biggest radios in Long Island. Thank you for being here, and it's an honor to have you here, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Words don't explain it. Like I told you, like how we were conversating over there. We just met each other, but we got a great vibe. We all got a great vibe.
Yeah, for real. Thank you for all the food, that I can't eat. But it's really nice to be welcomed and get the stuff that I do need out of it. I got some hot tea and some nice crackers and stuff.
And remember, Kevin, whenever you guys need something, whenever you're in New York, you just contact us. We're always gonna be here. You're always on the play. I always play you in the live show. People excited, very excited. And once again, words don't explain it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. You're welcome, man. The thing is that it's always important to keep humble and down to earth and treat everybody the same, and because you want to be treated the same. When you become an artist, you become a star in music. The hype becomes boring after a while, because you want to return to being a normal person some days, enjoy your life, enjoy your money, be able to walk in the street without being harassed or, so just to be able to do ordinary things. So my way of getting to that is by being friends with people, which is what we should be, not just being a star and being somebody that people look up to or an idol or anything like that, but just being a human being and being somewhat accessible, not to the point where you're taken advantage of, but enough that people feel a connection with you. And, that is extremely important to me.
I like that you're saying that, because now that you say it, you say that, you in the music, you're a legend, and a lot of people know you. But when you keep that humble stuff and you be able to be a person, like for yourself, like to go out and be you, because believe it or not, people think that being famous is like, oh my God, it's amazing. It is nice, but it becomes that time where you just want to eat normal. You just want to go out normal. How did you handle that, like in the past? How we're just still doing that, but how do you do it? Like, sometimes it doesn't, bother you a little bit.
In the past, it was not easy. When people started calling me a superstar and all this kind of thing, I was like, I'm a superstar. I didn't know how to respond to that.
You are a superstar.
I was not able, I didn't know how to respond to it. I come from very humble beginnings, I grew up in a little house in the Caribbean in a poor neighborhood, with my friends running around, just hanging on the block, just being normal and wanting to be a singer, But the thing is that when it did happen now and things started going and really going, I kind of zoned out too, because it was so sensational. Like, it was so sensationalized and so hyped and thing. It was like things were happening outside of me. It was like the whole world was moving around me, and I was just like, whoa.
What does that feel like? Like, let's say you were normal one day, right? And then next day you're so famous that everything goes around you. What is that feeling?
It's just very out of body, It's you're you, but you're not, because everybody is just
the eyes are on you.
Yeah, but they're on you, but my music is doing all these crazy, incredible things. I'm performing in places all over the world, and everybody is calling me a superstar and treating me like a star, and paparazzi is chasing me and all these kind of things, and I'm just like, yo, this is surreal. Like, you ever
like
saw
that?
those movies where people just go into a zone and just watching the whole world passing them by, and things just happening so fast, like a year pass, and you're like, whoa, a year just passed. Wait, 2 years just passed. It's still me. It's unreal, and I had a lot of that for a lot of my early career, because it just was from where I came from. I literally jumped the fence over into this international stage of pop and R&B and dancehall to a different level, and soca to a different level, where, I was the one spearheading the lead of soca into the international market unto today, in terms of just the song that I created from the music that I have, So it's something that can make you either humble you, or it can make you super arrogant. I chose the latter to be humble as possible, you know?
And I think that's the reason why where you are right now, you know?
Yeah.
Because when you keep it humble and believe me, people, he's very nice. He's very accessible. When he came, I said, you came alone. He said, yeah, I don't like to come with a lot of people with my crew. I just came alone. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I don't really have a lot of people around me. I keep my friend circle very small.
Very small.
You know, and unless I have a big show, any bouncers and anything you see around me are people that are hired by the venue or something like that. Like I try to, you know, after a while you learn that it's about a lot of things that aren't real, and you kind of, especially somebody like me, you realize what is important. And for me, what's important is just these type of real interactions, just being real, just being able to be yourself and be able to walk into a room and have actual real connection with people and real love from people is more important than the fanfare and the, oh, you want to, oh, I'm such a fan. It gets to feel fake to the artist after a while. You know, you love it, but then you know that the person doesn't know you.
That's true.
They don't know you personally. They just love what you do and are trying to show you that, but they go beyond in terms of how they try to show you that. And it's okay, because me, myself, I'm a fan of a lot of great stars and would act out in front of other stars as well, because, you know, there is that emotional connection to a piece of music or a show on TV or something like that. And when you see that person in real life, that emotion comes back and you just want to let that person know how what they did impacted your life. And, you know, it brings some people to tears.
Who make you feel like that for you? Like somebody that you admire, that you saw one day and they were like, oh my God, like, you know?
Wow, there's a lot of people. You know, Michael Jackson was that for me, and I never met him. Stevie Wonder I want to meet, because he's that for me too, because Stevie Wonder is somebody that's not just a legend, but he created a lot of history in the world of music. You know, the history of music right now is really, he is really one of the only few left that have created the foundation that our music is sitting on. You know, so he's somebody that would do that I would be like, yo.
I admire you.
Yeah, for real.
That's nice. And we all have one, you know? Mm-hmm. But you're right. I like that you're explaining that to people, because people don't get it sometimes. Mm-hmm. Why some artists act like they stress out sometimes, because, you know, they get that a lot and the people on top of them and stuff. And sometimes it's not even that they not humble. It's just like it's too much, you know, and it becomes just like, you know, the everyday, and you want to be normal. Yeah,
you know, it's a transmission of energy too. You know, we are human. Yes. We get nervous just like everybody else. Like me right now, I'm actually nervous.
Are you nervous?
Yes, I am. I'm nervous.
But I'm nervous.
But the thing is that sorry to cut you, bro.
No.
It's just that when everybody starts overwhelming you now with all that nerves, you got to have the know-how to say no and say it in the right way, which again takes a lot of effort and a lot of practice, because it is easy to say something, to say no, but how you say no can be very hurtful to people, because energy transmits. But sometimes you can't help it, because if you don't stop them, they will hurt you. And not knowing that they are hurting you, because they don't know where you came from to that particular moment that they met you.
Yes,
you know?
That's true.
Yeah, you were trying to ask me something.
No. What you're explaining, and it's true. That's why some artists sometimes are like overwhelmed, like you said.
Yeah.
And they don't take it into you because of the same reason. Because sometimes they were going through things, and then they get asked questions. They put them on the hot seat, and that's where you say, you know, it's really cool that you're explaining this. And for people that listen, todo el mundo que está escuchando, es algo bien importante. Like for the artists, they're overwhelmed. They're human beings too. They get nervous. Like you said, you get nervous, and I've seen you in front of 20,000 people sing and perform, but you're nervous, and it's all right. Like, you know, it's a breather, everything. So sometimes artists are not arrogant. Some are, some are not. But like you said also, they don't want to be in controversy and none of that.
Yeah.
That's a big thing in the Latin community. And
You know, I think what most people underestimate when they look at an artist is the fact that we have to meet new people most of the time, every month, every week,
Every day.
every
minute.
And that is what is exhausting.
Yes.
You know, for me to come here, meet
Andrea.
and then meet
Castellan. And then Milton. And then
and to remember all the names.
Yes.
And to, you know, try to smile. Sometimes you don't even feel like smiling. You're just in your own world. You just want to be you and do the things you like to do. You know, you ever went to a friend invite you to a party
and you don't want to be there, but you have
really
to be
wanna
there.
But you have to be there sometimes. It's just life.
Yeah,
and it's
they're humans.
There's certain level of consideration that you have to give everybody. You know, you have to take yourself out of yourself and also be considerate of that person, and know that they may be going through something that you don't understand as well.
That's true. And we're talking about something very particular today, Castellanos, about the connection with people, that connection with the fans, and what they see from the artists, because, sometimes people love you and you don't know, but like you say, you're human. You also have feelings and you don't have that energy all the time, and people need to understand that. But today, let's say that it's very important, social media. How did you deal with those platforms and social media, staying connected with your fans? Because in the past, probably it was not that much, but nowadays, everything is social media,
Yeah, well, the thing with me with social media is
do you have somebody who manages your social media, or you do it yourself?
Right now. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Okay.
It depends on what I'm doing. But the thing is that with social media, it can be very intrusive on everybody's life. And it is something that is a money-making business. And I'm not knocking any social media platform or anything like that, but it is something that has taken us away from actually living. And when people get more mature and older after they come through their teenage lives on these platforms, they start wanting real connection, because you know what? Your brain is already in a certain level of social media in the current world that you're in, and it is designed for the interaction that comes from your eyes, not eyes within eyes within eyes, staring at the device all the time.
True.
So, it does cause a lot of mental strain on people, because you're always you have the expectation of the whole world every time you go on social media to do something. And for me, it's kind of hard finding my real self sometimes, to go on there and just start talking. I'm not really good at that. I've been practicing to start doing that. But I'm more like this, like here right now with real people in front of me. I could really be real, because I like looking people in the eye and talking to them. But then on social media, you got to go there and talk to imaginary people until you start seeing reactions. Mm-hmm. And you're really dumping your soul out on these platforms, which is something that is so expensive. Because I don't know if most people know that from an artist's perspective, every time an artist creates a piece of music, they're putting a part of their soul into this thing. And that's why we have to be remunerated for it and earn from it, because it is our emotions and moments in time that we put together to make something that connects with everybody in this special way. And it takes from your human being on the inside in a certain way. So it has a certain level of value. So now with you doing this on social media and giving so much of yourself on there, and there's people earning money from it, but you think you're earning money? Think about the people that own it, and think about the negative effects that it has on you in the long run, and then just the repercussions that happen in the long run sometimes with these things to the person who's right now making money doing it. True. It's just like an artist. Like, it's a lot of pressure. Mm-hmm. But you're there inside of this device. Your eyes are here all the time.
And I ask you that because I saw your Instagram. You have a lot of following.
Yeah.
And you come from another generation that, back in the times, there was no social media. It was just like, Yeah,
and,
person to
and
person, and now everything's different.
The thing is that I was never really into it. It's something I had to be forced to get into
Because in the world we're living in now, so you also have to stay, on top of what's going on and what's new.
And it really was difficult for me to get into it. I didn't understand how to really do it that way because I wasn't motivated to really do it, because I felt like it was an invasion of privacy because of the time that I came from too. I was coming from that early 2000s, like, you want to be private, you don't want everybody to know your business, and
now everything is public.
And now if you ain't public, then you ain't got nothing.
You can't even pick your nose because that's it. Your picture is out there.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah, I hear you. So that's what I ask you, because it's very interesting sometimes to hear the point of view of somebody that is a legend, but it's coming from back in the times where there was not really social media, Nowadays you become famous if you are in social media, if you have followers. If you don't have followers, then that's it.
But the thing is so fake too most of the time. It puts a lot of people under pressure. But the truth is that the percentage of people that actually have these mazillions of followers and actually have the real engagement is actually extremely low.
Okay.
And the percentage that is really having the fight to get attention is high, extremely high. So when you're on there, my advice to people who are listening to this is don't think that you're doing bad, because most people are.
We all, in social media, people show only happiness, but that's not the truth, because we all have bad days, They might see me every day smiling, but they don't know in reality, how I'm feeling. And they will say, but Andrea, I wish I can be Andrea. She's always smiling, but they don't know the reality,
Yeah. And it creates this false image of what is really going on in people's lives. And it makes other people feel like their life is bad or inadequate, or they're not doing well, because they're so lost in these facades that are being created for likes, but everything has its place and its time. And I'm not knocking it totally. I'm a businessman. I have businesses. I have digital businesses as well. So I understand business. And you're seeing companies like Apple putting certain things in place to help you structure yourself with all this interaction on screens. They're putting in screen time and reminding you to keep the phone away from your face, to keep your phone a certain distance, which is something I like. I wish that a lot of the other social media companies would start doing more stuff to help protect the general public, that's their audience, and also be more, how should I say, communicable with their users, because a lot of these platforms, even me, I'm on them, and there's no real place that you can literally get the kind of customer service on these platforms to know how to navigate them. Sometimes you have to depend on what other people are posting about how to use them is actually a business by itself.
Oh, that's true.
This is how they've fudged their own system, that if you post about how to use a piece of social media, you get thousands and tens of millions of views and things to do and all this kind of stuff. So I mean, I just think that everything has its time, and there's going to come a time when those things are going to change again, because there's countless platforms that have come and been big and failed, and it just keeps changing, because people will start realizing that something is hurting them, and they will start gravitate to something else, and they'll find, because now you're seeing the advertising this thing saying, don't stop scrolling, you will stop using Instagram when you download this platform that teaches you how to do this and do that and do this, and like it keeps morphing into something else. And pretty soon you may see TikTok or some other big name, and I'm not pointing at any particular, I'm just calling a popular name that I know, change into that, where it's stop scrolling, and scrolling your life away. Scroll to learn. You know, so there's always different.
It's always something different
to the thing.
Life, you know. But listen, now let's talk about a little bit, un poquito.
Yeah, no problem.
No problema, right? Let's talk about, I like that, un poquito.
Patrona, una pregunta. I'm sorry to cut you off and everything. Yeah, social media is good, bad, but nowadays, like you say, streams, people connect. You saw we did a little video and we put it on social media. I have someone on the line actually giving you a call right now.
Ooh.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hello?
Talk to me.
Hello? Kevin!
Buenos dias, buenas noches, buenas tardes.
Oh my God, you turn the entire earth on with your song. Let me turn you on.
Thank you.
I listen to that song every day.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being a fan of my music, man. Much appreciated.
The people, you see, that's one of the powers of social media. That's Maji from City Jeans. Oh. They're connected. Queens, they listen to us all the time. That's family right there. And they're always listening and they're always telling me, and he's telling me, turn me on right now.
Yeah, well, you see, that's the thing, you know, social media has its power. You know, technology has become super powerful, like we were talking about earlier, which is great. You know, the thing is, you always have to look at the pros and cons in life of everything. You know, and you know, we were talking about how it's affecting us, and you know, the beautiful thing about it is what you're talking about. You can connect to almost anybody, anywhere. You can find your friends from school. If you haven't heard from somebody since 10 years ago, you can go and search and find them, which is great. But then when it comes down to the other things, you know, people putting on faces that make them look like they're 20 years younger than they are and got you there fighting up to try to look like them. People putting on fake bodies and muscles. You know, there's a lot of different ways that things are good and they are bad. You know, so, I mean, I think that's just where we are carrying it right now. For the music industry, we don't have records no more. And that's a big loss for the music industry. I think some other countries like China and Japan are still selling physical records. But I think that in some way, as the technology increases and becomes even more crazy with 3D printers and all these kind of things, people are going to want to be able to say they purchase a digital copy of an album and they put it in a 3D printer and they pay for it and get the physical copy.
And we were talking about that before, you know, technology.
Yeah. So, you know, things are going to actually go back to that physical in some way because people actually want something as a memorabilia of that artist.
It's like the pictures. We don't have pictures anymore. Everything's in the phone. You lose your phone, you lose all your memories. We used to print everything. I love to watch my pictures back in the day of my parents and stuff, but nowadays, what parents are going to show their kids? They don't have nothing.
It's going to be up in the cloud, but, you know, you got to pay for that. That's
but if you don't print it...
monthly subscription.
Yeah.
Everything
is business. Everything is business.
But, you know, I have a digital business, like I was saying. I have a food delivery and rides platform in my country, St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Food delivery?
Yeah, and rides and
where is the delivery here?
No, I'm not trying to compete with Uber and DoorDash and all these big guys, Instacart and all them. I'm not a $1 billion guy yet.
Kevin, sorry to cut you off. Maji's asking me right now, he's still online. He said, if you could do a little acapella of Turn Me On, because we're going to play it in a bit.
Yeah?
Let's do a little acapella of Turn Me On.
Let's see.
Maji, you there, Maji? You there?
Kevin,
Yeah, man.
Last 4 days in the Brooklyn Museum, they have a party, the preparation for the West Indies Carnival.
Yeah.
We was playing that music more than 3 or 4 times every night.
Oh my God, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, man, thank you. So for you, man, for the ladies too on the outside, you know, let me hold you, go caress my body, you got me going crazy, you turn me on.
Ay.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, only for Magic. That's it. You see?
Only for Magic, exclusive. Shout out la gente de Queens. They're calling us from Queens, New York right now. City Jean, Junction Boulevard. City Jean, toda la familia de City Jean. Muchas gracias por la sintonía siempre con nosotros apoyándonos. Magic, I'll see you. Thank you for the call, man. Lorenzo, shout out Lorenzo, Kevin, and Lourdes.
Thank you. Thank you. Ahora sí, now let's talk about a little bit about your music, your legacy. You know, I know you have recently released tracks, you know, so I want to talk about your new projects, what's going on, you know, and later, I promise, guys, I know everybody wants to listen the songs and everything, but, you know, we have to, I said I have to squish you with the questions because I don't have you here every day.
I have a lot going on. I'm here in New York because of my boy DJ Nori. Shout out Mateo. His brethren, one of the biggest promoters in NYC. They all have me here over the weekend for Labor Day performing. I actually came from a cruise over to New York from Italy. I came over to do all these shows this weekend. And
so right from the cruise to the stage, that's it.
I even shot a documentary yesterday with DJ Nori. They're doing a documentary on how the music of the Caribbean affected, you know, New York City. Don't quote me on that exactly. It's wrong, that general vicinity of the thing. So I came in, did an interview.
That's awesome.
You know, so there's a lot of great things happening in the tri-state area. For Kevin Little and for the music industry in general. Now, you know, my music, I have this new song that you're jamming in the background there called Hold Me, written by a fellow artist in soca music in the Caribbean, in my country, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, named Problem Child. The rhythm was also produced by him and has a few other artists. Let me see, Dimes and Pixel, myself, him also on there. I can't remember all the names of all the other artists on the rhythm, but it's a really nice rhythm called the Red Rum Rhythm, right?
Yes, sir.
Castellanos? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Red Rum Rhythm. So my song on it, Hold Me, is what I've been pushing for the past month and some. And I have a new record called Like Cook Food, where it's a new old record that I had in my trunk, put down, taking dust, that I feel like it's very relevant now, that I'm going to be releasing soon.
That's awesome.
I can't wait. He gave us a little sneak peek over there.
I know.
I can't wait for the new.
I was going to say that he gave us a little sneak peek. And listen, all I can say is I like it, you know. The rhythm and everything. I'm not going to say much because I know it's cooking, you know, but I love it.
Yes.
I love it. It's very nice, very nice. Oye, un aplauso, castellanos. Dios mío, señor.
Conexión Latina, la bacanería show castellano. Andrea, Kevin Little, come on.
That's it. You got us sweating here. Everybody dancing.
Oh, yeah. And social media is complaining. Instagram just told me, yo, you're nearing the amount of time that you could have live music being aired on your live. Instagram just got mad at me.
Ay.
Instagram was like, yo, you live too long with your song playing in the background. You're going to make me have to pay for that?
Oh, my God. Oye, complacidos todos el día de hoy aquí en la Bacanería Show Conexión Latina. Kevin Little en los estudios. Gracias, Castellanos, por hacer esto posible. Thank you, Kevin, for, you know, that you make me feel like I want to go on vacations. That's what I'm going to go do now. Tell the boss, I think I need a break.
Yeah, man. Yo, you know, a lot of people don't know this, but I own my music, right? So I own Turn Me On. I own, you know, that record for Chris Brown.
Okay.
I own quite a big percentage of all those records that have copied my song or did a remake of my song. And one record I want you to play before I leave here is that Calibuds record, Mamacita. Shout out Calibuds all the time because I do own a big percentage of that record in terms of the music because he used my music to build that record. You know, so make sure you grab that Mamacita and drop that Mamacita right there. Anything that I'm making money from, I promoting.
All the Mamacitas next door going crazy right now. They test me, we want a picture with him. I say, yes, I'm doing the interview, so give me a break. So when we're done with the interview, then they can take the picture. But Kevin, I want you to tell me where you see yourself in, let's say, 5 years. I have a feedback from this speaker right here, I think.
Yeah, I think in the next 5 years, I'm more new music. My businesses in the Caribbean, I'm intending to expand to all the islands, etc. You know, so that's why I see myself, man. More.
Had you ever think of retiring, like, you know, eventually?
I don't like that word retire. Do you guys like that word retire? I don't like that
Take
word
a break.
Retire. I don't like
Vacation?
it. No, I don't even do vacation. My life is a vacation. I'm an internationally known dude whose dream has come true, doing his dream job. I don't need a vacation. I don't need to retire. I just need to keep living and loving life and being good.
I like that.
I'm saying keeping myself happy, because retirement, when people retire, they make up their mind to die.
Oh.
You let go of life. You're saying that, you're not motivated to do anything else more than lollygag and walk around and go to country and just relate.
So you want to keep doing music until?
Yeah, I will work. I work until down to the very last drop. down to the last drop, we will work.
I want to hear like a nice story about you, maybe, I don't know, in one of your concerts, anything crazy so far over your career that you say, Andrea, this was a crazy experience that I have over my career. I don't know, something, it could be funny, it could be bad.
There's a lot of crazy moments, and there was a crazy moment one time in SOBs in New York where I got into a fight where a guy was mad at me because his girls were screaming in front of the stage, screaming for Kevin Little. And he's a photographer, took his camera and hit me in the forehead with his camera while I was down singing at the girls. So I hit him back in the head with the mic. And the party was over. Right?
Really?
The party was there.
But that's a classical now, hit it with the mic.
Yeah,
I can't hit Castellanos with the mic, because we have a glass protection here. That's why the boss put that glass, so I don't hit it with the mic.
Believe it or not, I have a lot of fight stories. Like, I've gotten into fights in clubs in places
Why?
like
Because
Shanghai.
people are disrespectful?
Yeah, because there's a lot of not just disrespectful, but there were situations where, there was disagreements and people come looking for me when I wasn't the one that did the thing. And then there's other things, other times, man, like, I've lived a kind of Indiana Jones kind of life, man. I'm in different places getting in fights, in some dark holes, performing and shit happening, and you just, excuse if I could say that on the radio, you know what I mean?
Do you have a strong temper, like you?
Who me? Nah, I'm not the fighter type. But if you corner me, then I'm a change. I'll be like Hulk.
You be Indiana Jones.
I'll be like Hulk.
Castellanos, ¿tienes alguna pregunta?
Nah.
You enjoying it?
I'm enjoying this moment.
Thank you, Castellanos.
I think this is the first time him in an interview saying, this went on, this happened. He's just keeping it real, and that's when you live life, keeping it real, right?
Yeah, man. I remember in the spirit of Carnival, the West Indian Day Carnival and everything that happened here this weekend, you got to play the soca, play Home for Carnival as well, which is a very big record for the West Indian people, which is a song of mine that was huge in Carnival, Trinidad, Barbados, my country, St. Vincent. That record is one of my classics in the Caribbean. So make sure you drop that record today, Castellanos. Home for Carnival.
Well.
Yeah. I also own a part of that record for that dude Prince J.I., Prince in New York.
Of course, Need me.
Yeah.
I got
own part of that. So my publishing is really nice.
So you promote all that.
I promote all that. Anything that got me making money, I'm promoting it. That's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, and look, and this song also was it was a hit here in New York, man. J.I. the Prince.
Yeah.
And I remember he did, and that's amazing. Look, Patrona, you heard this. I played this on.
Hizo. What's up?
Mira, escucha, Patrona. Patrona?
Oye, I love it porque tenemos una leyenda el día de hoy aquí, Castellanos, con nosotros. Kevin Liro acompañándonos, super humble, super nice. I see you very energetic.
Patrona, escucha.
Let me hold you, caress my body. You got me going crazy, yeah.
I love it, señores. Me encanta. Oye, qué energía la de este hombre.
Yeah.
What energy you have crazy. You know, I feel your energy, but also very calm, very relaxed. What do you like to do when you're not doing music? What's your hobby? What take you out of the music besides, you know, creating music?
You know what happened? You know, with the music, I got frustrated a lot, you know, after a little while, because it was very difficult being pigeon-held, which turned me on internationally, because everybody wanted me to make another one of this song. But, you know, I got into business, and that is something that has really motivated me. I launched my own company, which I was talking about in the Caribbean, and that has motivated me. I'm very into gadgets. You know, I got a lot of phones and all this kind of thing. That's why I'm into apps and software and tech. You know, so you'll find me like watching stuff on Netflix on a different device, or listening something on Pocket FM, or, you know, that's what I do. That's your hobby. Yeah, I'm a very imaginative person.
Okay,
so I love
and that's good.
Stories and movies and all this kind of stuff.
And that's good, because that's what we need, you know, a lot of imagination. Now, do you have any ritual, like before you go on a stage? You know, sometimes people have like they had to do something before.
I had one, but I stopped it because, you know, I used to really psych myself out before I go on stage, and it didn't help me. You know, I just started to just be like, on the day of a show, I just rest and be quiet and relax and chill.
Tea.
And then in the evening, tea. I actually changed my whole diet as well, and that has helped me a lot with just my my mood, my energy, my life performances in general. So my ritual is usually just generally maybe say a prayer to all the gods, not just one, all, because there's many kind of man on the earth. There's Indian, Chinese, black, white. You understand? And I think everybody religions deserve the respect.
Yes,
so,
I agree.
You know, I pray to all the gods and say, bless me. I don't know which one it is that's really real, but all of you, come with me tonight. Let me rock the place and give these people what they paid for, and get it done.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I know you say before, when we're off of air, you gotta travel all the stuff. Where is your next presentation? Where are you going? Where are you gonna be presenting yourself?
Okay, so I gotta represent my country, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Big up my Vincy people. I gotta represent St. Vincent in Japan, coming up for the Expo.
Japan.
You know, for those who don't know, I'm a diplomatic representative of my country, so I have a diplomatic passport, and when they call me to go do something, I have to say yes. So
that's good.
I'm going to do that, and then I have Africa. I have Congo.
Okay.
Yeah, the United Republic of Congo, URC.
Okay. So you're going all over. Oh my God, Japan, Africa. Oh, and where are you coming back to New York?
I'm hoping I could come back next week. You know, Castellanos is in charge of that.
Yeah.
Ooh,
we make it sign happen. No, last week, and thank you for going. You went. I believe who you went with was Spinking. Did you go? No, last week you were in Code.
I was in Code. Yeah,
Code of a Story.
Queens, right? Yeah,
that was Queens. Cesar Cabrera, Bello, DJ Lobo. We was there. I wasn't there, but I am. That's my guy. Cesar Cabrera, one of the owners of Code, is my guy. So you ripped it, and it was full house, man.
Oh yeah, we tore it down up inside there, man.
I saw. So next week we got something. I'm not going to say nothing. Yo, Danbury, what's up? Connecticut.
Yeah. That sounds excited. Kevin, a nice message that you want to send everybody who's listening to you right now, all your fans, all the people, the young people that maybe, you know, want to take your steps.
Oh, man. Well, you know, the thing is about believing in yourself, you know. Don't let nobody discourage you. You know, this universe is designed that every human being can get what they want once they believe. You know, whatever you want to do in life, you could do it. Whatever you want to gain, whatever goal you set your mind to, the universe will always show you the path. And it will show you many paths to get to what you want. You just have to make up your mind to do it. You know, and people like myself, that's what I did. Everybody who's successful will tell you that's what they did. They made up their mind that this is what they want. So all the young kids out there who want to be like me or anybody else famous or just successful in general, it's all about believing in yourself and looking at the signs around you and where the universe is guiding you towards that knowledge that would get you to the next step in your growth towards making your dream or your goal happen.
That's very nice. Thank you so much. And you know something, Castellanos? I need you to do me a favor right there. I know I didn't tell you anything, but I did my search. And I believe your birthday's coming up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Your birthday's coming up. So
my birthday is what? Next weekend, I think it is?
Yeah, the 14th, but 14th. Because we're here today.
Oh, my God. Yo, I get early birthday wishes.
Happy birthday for him, okay?
Oh, and I get a cake, too. It's my birthday. Hey.
Señores, tenemos la oportunidad de celebrar el cumpleaños de Kevin Liro aquí con nosotros en el estudio. Oh, en español. You want it in Spanish?
Yeah, cumpleaños.
Yes.
Feliz.
Castellanos. There you go.
We make it happen.
There you go.
On my social media, see when I blow my candle. Happy birthday to me.
Now let's do it in English.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Happy birthday to you. Sing it. Happy
birthday to you. Ay, ay, ay. Happy birthday, dear Kevin. Yo no canto, Kevin. I don't sing.
Happy birthday, many blessings always. Thank you.
You make me sing. I don't sing, you see?
I don't sing.
Yo no canto.
Okay, I'll try that one.
You can blow your candle.
Blow out this candle.
There you go. Woo. I know your birthday's coming next. September 14th is his birthday, so I said, listen, let's have a little cake for him here to start celebrating.
Thank you so much.
You know, they say artists celebrate for months. The DJs celebrate the birthday for a whole month. So
yeah.
Happy birthday to you. I know it's the 14th, but thank you for coming here. Thank you for spending some time with us today. Thank you for all your music. You know, I know all you fans are listening and they're excited. And of course, you know, I hope this is not the first time. The last time we want to see you here again.
Yes, of course. I mean, anytime Castellanos ready, you can shout me, man. And I have the new song that y'all love so much to drop again. I have this other record that I think we got some. So let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Please, your social media so everybody can follow you, download your music.
At Kevin Little Music, at Kevin Little everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Just don't spell my name with an I. I'm not Stuart Little. I'm Kevin Little with a Y.
Kevin Little.
Lyttle, not Li. All right?
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you so much for coming here today. Thank you I know we make you wake up early. You had a long weekend. You've been working, you know, performance, but you're here today. You took the time. Very humble. I love your music. I know everybody who's listening right now, too. Thank you, Castellanos, por la conexión. Y que no sea la última vez, right?
No la última vez. Y ahorita, Kevin Little, tenemos primicia, todo eso. Y recuerda que esto es traído por ¿qué? Liga de Justicia, tu abogado a rescate. Tiene que llamar por una consulta ahorita a Andrea Castellano, o lo pueden llamar a Kevin Little también, al 1-800-355-1234, 1-800-355-1234, 1-800-355-1234. Kevin, I didn't forget, it's your birthday, so we doing this.
Yeah, man. Shout out to all the Caribbean people on the outside. Shout out my people from all the islands, starting with Tobago, Guyana, Belize, Trinidad, Grenada, St. Vincent, my home, Barbados, St. Lucia, Antigua, the Virgin Islands, Dominica, oh my God, Bahamas, Curacao, Aruba. Man,
no, keep going.
Costa
I want to go on vacations.
Mexico. Mexico feels like they're an island, right?
I haven't been to Mexico, but I do have plans to go for the end of the year, for my birthday, so maybe Mexico.
They love to be called Caribbean. Mexico doesn't think of themselves as anything.
But you keep saying all these names. I want to go on vacations.
La Bacanería Show, de lunes a viernes.